through what I went through, and he's been a great friend ever since. So my goal is never to have surgery again. You know, Neil knows that. But he's a great man. I know he's done a great job for him. Why did they click? I don't know. You know, I think it's a good question. We just always have. I think it's just a real natural chemistry we've had. He's a great friend, and we spent a lot of time together over the years. You know, we golf a lot together. We have a lot of mutual friends. Some really great guys, and you know, I just love spending time. It's just a tough game to get away from anyone because it's such a long game. It's hard to maintain momentum for 3.5, 4 hours.
You don't feel pressure.
I feel like I'm there to do my job. I mean, it's not like you're going to the death chamber, you know, if you lose the game. So I think you got to keep it in perspective, and you know, you're trying to do it right. You want to win the game, and you got to go out there and execute at the end if you want to win.
How about your break in Super Bowl 36? What were you feeling? That was your first 2-minute Super Bowl drive.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that?
Well, we needed a field goal, so it wasn't. You know, we just needed to make one big play, and then we made it, hitting Troy on the in cut behind the linebackers. That was a big play in that game. And it's just, you know, whatever you got to do to get the job done to help the team win. So
you felt no nerves that day? In that situation?
You know, at that point, I don't. I feel, you know, I'm obviously nervous before the game. There's you're anxious about how it's going to go because you don't know the outcome. These games are unpredictable. And nothing ever is very linear in the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen, a lot of momentum changes.
But you were just 24 years old at that point. What was your very first Super Bowl?
Yeah, but I played in a big college. You know, I 25 starts at Michigan in the Big Ten. I mean, we played at the road in Ohio State. We played on the road at Penn State. Went to Michigan State. We had 110,000 fans. You know, in the big house. Played in a couple bowl games. Played in the Orange Bowl. I mean, I played another big game, so I wasn't like I was, you know, playing for Kent State like Julian was, you know. I had a chance to kind of understand what those big games are about.
On the flip side, how agonizing was the conversation when Eli Manning was on the sideline?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I think, you know, there's a lot of great players in the league. Eli's one of them, and, you know, he's done it against us a couple times and multiple times, more than 2. We played in the regular season a few times where he did it. And he's just, you know, he's a great player. Yeah, I mean, you'd rather be out there doing it yourself, but, you know, you got to give the other guys credit. They make the plays. You know, they're extremely talented at what they do, and tip your hat to them and try to go on and fight again.
How rewarding is that feeling? Successfully operating a 2-minute drive at the end of the season.
I mean, these are memories you have for the rest of your life. So these are so many ways dreams coming true, and you know, I've been very lucky to be in them, and it's taken a lot of support, a lot of family and friends over the years that have supported me to this point, and I want to go out and make them proud. I want to play my best.
Tom, speaking of
You're a fan of Gio.
Sorry, say it again.
You're a friend of Gio and Antico Pizza.
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
I know, I've been there before. That's a good spot.
Little rules for cheap meals. A big win. How much Southern food are you allowed to have this week? And something
I'm eating pretty healthy this week, so.
If you win, is that a cheat night?
Cheat night? I don't know. It'd be 11:30 at night, so I don't know if that's the night. You got to make it long. I got to start like 6 p.m. if I want to make it one of those nights.
When's the last time you had a slice of pizza?
It's been a while.
Tom. Put me inside your head when you're going to a big game like this, and your brother's going to do and how do you find your place of solace in a moment like this? All that going through your head.
I was just happy, you know, everyone was here at that point. My mom's doing really well, so yeah. So it's, you know, every family goes through different things, and you know, we've had a lot of support from my parents, and everyone was there to support her, and then hopefully it stays that way.
Tom, we've heard a lot of this. Wrestling with
Let's get a picture of Tom.
Who was that?
Tom, we like to talk about anything. Come on, do it.
Is it a picture? I believe this trip to China.
Yeah, I'm not very superstitious, so I try not to, think about which shirt I'm going to wear. I just kind of go with the flow. So, I know what I need to prioritize, and nothing really gets in the way of that.
Tom, say no. You have to say no. How are you going to say no?
Yeah, I mean, that's important. You can't, again, I'm not here to waste my energy doing a bunch of things that aren't helping us be productive for a team. So, I'm not going out at night. You get ready to play a football game. That's what. More so than anything, you remember the final score, and you just got to be as composed as possible. Of course, a long weekend.
How do you learn from the first time you played the Super Bowl?
I learned that it's hard to get to. That year again, we had to overcome a lot of things that year too, and it was a long time ago. But I think the characteristics of our team and our team now. Try to keep it safe. Yeah, I mean, everyone's doing their job. We focus on what you can control. You do the best you can for your team. And, you can't let it get in the way of what the team pulls off.
Sometimes games are won on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. You just feel it, in practice. Can you tell me?
Does it ever seem surreal to be back in these moments, especially at the age of 40 plus?
41. Yeah, it does. I mean, no one ever imagines these things. So, I think the goal is, when I was a kid, I hoped I was going to be a professional athlete. I've been a professional athlete for a long time, so I couldn't have asked for anything better or different. Obviously I wouldn't change anything, and I just love being here. I love representing our team. I love trying to go out there and win a world championship.
Tom, the moment that Mo Lewis hit Drew Bledsoe, what do you recall at that exact moment?
That was a tough situation. I mean, Drew was seriously hurt. That was a major injury, and thankfully Drew came back and he was able to, regain everything. I would say, you have an injury like that, you don't know if you're ever going to play again. But, Drew went back in the game after that hit. He was so tough. I learned a lot from him about toughness, about mental toughness, mental and physical toughness. He was a great role model for me to look up to when I first got in the NFL. And, I remember visiting him in the hospital that night. And, he was going through a lot at that time. And I was trying to go out there and play and do the best I could do for the team.
Who told you that you were going in? Bill or Charlie? Or?
Well, at that point, I was the backup. So, I was just assumed it was going to be me.
You finished that game?
Yeah, I finished the game, but Drew got hurt. He went back in the next series. And then, he came back, after a series of playing, we didn't move the ball, and then they said, Drew's done. You're going in. And
who said that? Do you remember who said that to you?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Oh, really?
There's a fun story about your competitiveness.
Yeah.
One story he told was remote control, maybe, making its way through a wall. And then you put a picture over it for about 3 years until you left the house. And then he told Mom. What do you remember about that, if you do?
I don't think my dad remembers it as well as I do. Yeah. No, I definitely, broke some remote controls when I was a kid. I was a very poor sport. I was a very poor sport, and that was pretty. I just remember losing and taking the remote and slamming it down over and over. And if my kids do that today, I don't know what the hell I would do, but I wouldn't be happy. And then, I think, I remember punching a hole in the wall in our house. Yeah, it was for a different reason. But yeah, it wasn't, that wasn't the video game.
So Tom, how did you go?
The golf course too, he said.
Yeah, I remember.
Car washes.
Yeah, I know. He used to beat me because we bet car washes. And I would have to wash his car if I lost to him, and I lost to him all the time, so I probably still owe him some car washes. But one day we were going up to see the Giants play with my Little League baseball team, and we went up and played 9 holes before the game started. And about the 6th hole, I hit a bad shot, and I took my club and I just started slamming into the ground. And my dad took me off the course, brought me to the car, and said, "If you ever do that ever again, you know, you're never coming up here and you're never playing." And man, I was crying. I was so sad. Went to the Giants game, and I think that probably hurt my dad to do that, you know, as a parent, you know. And
Did you ever do it again?
he, you know, after the game, he said, "All right, we'll go back and we're going to play again," you know. And I learned a great lesson. So.
What prompted you to punch the hole in the wall?
That's a very personal story. I'm not going to.
Tom, how did you go? Tom, how did you go then from that kind of attitude to, you know, you talked before about you're not going to the death chamber. So how do you make that transition from throwing remotes and punching holes in walls to?
Yeah, I thought it just, you know, it's. I think some people are born with you know, great height. Some people are born with great size, you know, great speed, you know, and some people are born with other things that I would say are more intangible. And I think competitiveness and the ability to compete has been a great attribute for me. And it started when I was young, and it was really a part of my whole family. I mean, everyone was the same way, so it's definitely in our family's DNA to compete and to want to just, you know, play to win. And I think I was always encouraged to do that. My parents never, you know, said like, you know, look, we should really think about, you know, what you want to do, your goals. Or my parents always just encouraged it. Let's go for it. Let's try to go to these camps with these other kids that are, you know, really talented. And I think that was just a great thing that my parents were able to instill in me. To, you know, you shoot for the stars. You try to do the best you can do. And you know, I just grew up that way, and I still feel that way now. I think people would think you're 41. What are you doing? And I still shoot for the stars, and I'm doing something I love to do. So.
Last question.
Tom,
how much do you?
We're similar athletes. Ron and I, both great size and speed, jumping ability. We shoot him. Not quite. No, he's a much better athlete. I might. I know my wife's going. She asked me the other day if I was going to go. So, word spreads fast. I said, word spreads fast. I wrote in pencil on the calendar, so I don't know. It's got to be permanent ink. They were very good. It was intense. It was intense. It wasn't anger.